Yeah, ready when you are, mate.
There we go.
We are go. Look. Hello, folks.
Hang on.
Welcome. No, you're not ready.
Murray, let's go with Murray
Yeah,
mint.
Murray mint.
Go on.
That's not going to go well when we've got a chat, is it?
Fine, go on.
All right. Okay. Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of Bluffers to Buffers. We're carrying on our little series of eventfulness to do with the Scrapyard. I'm Bob.
And I'm Ben. And yes, in this episode, I think it's part 7.
Crikey, we're rolling on, aren't we?
There's some more peril. Some
Peril?
mild peril, yep.
Well,
No, I'd done a bit more work on the floor and I very nearly ruined it. Yeah. There was also a bit of work on the fence. So there was a whole lot of. Why are you pointing your finger at? You're confusing me.
I was just enjoying the intro and the music.
So there was we've been busy at work, so it was a bit of there wasn't much achieved this week really. But when I put it together, actually, there was quite a lot achieved. So
Good.
well, I don't know whether achieved is the right word, but fair. Anyway, you'll find out as we go along. And also, you're showing us how to do a tarpaulin, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
So there we go. Just moving the stuff off from the last time we saw it. I shouldn't have had this mint.
No, I don't know why you've done that before studio time.
I don't know, it's silly, isn't it? Sorry, viewers, if I slurp a bit.
What's that?
So what I'm doing here, Bob,
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with the raisedness of the tracks. Is raisedness the right word? Anyway,
The height?
the height. Well, the ground cover relative to the rails.
Okay.
So I figured there'd be a lot of build-up of stuff. So
Yeah.
I've cracked out the good old DAS air dry clay. What I'm doing is just popping it down, just building up. So there's like a thing.
Almost like an embankment.
Not so much an embankment, but there's not the track. There's a build-up of stuff.
Sludge.
Yeah, basically. Eventually, yeah.
Why are you putting glue down first?
Because I saw someone else do it, so I thought I would.
Okay.
I think it does actually help, because sometimes when this dries it cracks, but
Right, gotcha.
it helps hold it down, and also when you get a bit of glue on your finger and you're smoothing it in, it just
Feels nice.
yeah, basically. No, it smooths easier.
Excellent.
So I've done this too, because we had a bit of filler there in that V.
Right.
If you remember back to when we first built it. And I stupidly obviously glued that rusty metal down there, but I'm just doing it to the edge of these tracks.
Rusty metal, which is wood.
Yeah, rusty wood metal.
Cool. Actually, it's coming on, isn't it?
It is.
A little over. Yeah, it's good.
This is what, week 7. And I didn't really do a lot. It was like we said at the beginning, I haven't really had that much spare time last weekend. I was hoping to crack out the 3D printer, but it's still in its box.
We can do an unboxing. Let's do.
Yeah, well, I will do an unboxing. But as with anything, when you do that sort of thing, it takes more time. So, yeah. There's only so much you can say about whacking a bit of clay down, isn't there?
I suppose it's kind of therapeutic to watch.
Now,
What, you got on 6 speed?
600 times, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
There was a bit later on in this, because there was a guy on YouTube who's been doing little video updates of his layout, and he was putting bits of he was doing scenic stuff like hedges and foliage and things like that, shrubbery.
Yeah.
And he was popping a bit of glue down there and then using his tweezers, different coloured foliage. And I just sat there and watched it. I was like, no, seriously. I was like, I could have watched it forever.
Really, that mesmerising?
Yeah. So later on in this video, you'll see, in fact, I did it last night. I thought, I'm going to have a go at that. And we could sit and watch it and talk about how mesmerising it is. A, it was boring to do.
Right.
B, it didn't go anywhere near as well as this fella's did on Instagram. And C, not only was it boring to do and didn't go as well as his, it was boring to watch. So we've done it 600 times as well.
So it's not going to be tranquil and lovely.
No, it's going to be fast paced and.
I imagine it's as boring as me making a tarp.
Well, I don't know. We
I was quite ambidextrous when I did the tarp.
Well, you did well, yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the rails there, making sure
Is
there's
this
no...
the peril yet?
No.
Oh.
Peril is very shortly. It was one of them things where it seemed like a good idea in my head, and then it was like, well, that's not worked. So this is the peril.
This is nice.
That's the peril.
Like that.
I want to paint that clay that I've just done, but I want it to be dirty, mucky stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm going to employ the technique that we used on the carriages, using matte varnish, mixing in weathering powders.
Yeah.
Good idea, yeah?
Yeah.
However...
Yeah.
I'm painting it on, gone for a rusty sort of brown colour. And I know what you're thinking, because I've already thought it when I was doing it. That's ruined it.
It's a colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not right, is it? That's ruined it. Made it a bit better, look, by making some, because, you know. But so far it's ruined, isn't it?
Oh, I would say it wants to be more black, really.
Wow. At this point, I was like, what have I done?
Well, it doesn't...
It's ruined. If the whole yard had been that colour, you got away with it. However, that'll work for mud in the future. But we'll come back to that. So what I've had to do is panic. I've darkened it up a bit with black powders. Man, I shouldn't have eaten this mint.
Mate, this video is going to be you rattling round in your mouth.
I'm scared. Anyway.
Don't be worried.
Sorry about the mint, guys. Anyway. So this, I'm off camera. Look at that, it's going all over the shop. I'm panicking. What am I going to do? How am I going to fix this? Because it's ruined all my hard work. So what I've done is added some black to it now.
Right.
That's not looking much better either.
No, that's... Oh dear.
Yeah. I mean...
If I'd been with you at this point, I'd be like, I don't know why I bother.
No, I was ready to throw it away. I thought we were going to have to throw this away now. Wait.
You need to let things mellow as well.
Well, now.
Right, go on.
This is that same black dye that I did with the other stuff.
All the heavy black dye
Yeah.
goes everywhere.
And what I'm doing there,
The caps are off and everything.
cleaning the rails. Yeah, I knocked it. I'm going to let that dry. And luckily, and that's the only word I can use, luckily, it didn't look too bad in the end.
Well, passage of time.
So I've done that, I moved on now. I thought I'm going to turn my attention to Bob's fence.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm using here is...
You messing about my graffiti?
Well, I've already given it a matte varnish.
Right, matte lacquer.
Matte lacquer. Never gets boring. For us.
Yeah. Easily amused.
What I'm using there is a product called Tensorchrome
Right. I've
by
never
Life
heard of
Colour.
that.
It's like a pigment, not a pigment. It's like a wash, but it's designed to tone down the top colour
Oh, right, okay.
in varying shades. And what I've used is a brown and a black, because I think that needed bringing down, didn't it? It was good, but it was too bright.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the lighting's not very good here, but you'll see a bit later on. Actually, it's worked all right. So I just fired that on the fence just to give it a less fresh feeling. We've got brown and we've got sort of I think it's smoke, the other one I used.
Nice.
So dirty, grimy. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that looks much better already, doesn't it?
Just taking the edge off it, isn't it? I know you're going to, you don't like that.
How did you know I was thinking that?
Because I can tell, you didn't say anything.
Oh, it looks right.
What are you doing? Don't humour me.
I would maybe just put like a thinners, just to let it run right all the way down.
Yeah.
Personally, but that's...
You're saying it's all work in progress, isn't it? Anyway,
What you got here?
missed
It's the
there.
foliage.
You've missed a key point here.
What was that?
A, I've got a new pot.
Yeah. Nice.
And B, this is the thing I was on about where that fellow was doing it and thought he'd put all his stuff in a pot, so I'm going to put my stuff in
Yeah,
a pot.
new pot and all.
Yep. Different shades of foliage, because nature is never uniform.
No.
So I'm whacking down the old Mod Podge, yeah. Like I say, when I did this last night and watched it, I was bored. I was literally bored. But doing it as well. This bit, fine. But as you'll see, trying to get them blooming things to go,
You and tweezers.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. My advice is don't bother.
This isn't relaxing to watch.
No,
I
it
feel
was
frustrated
it
for
was so
you.
stressful to do, man. Didn't work at all. But I
it's
cracked
even
on.
better the fact that it's sped up.
Brilliant. I cracked on. I got that really awkward bit now in the mint where it's, do I crunch? Because you know Murray
It's
mints.
got a bit of a softy bit in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah. Hang on, I'll cover the mic. You talk.
Yeah. So this is Ben and Tweezers. I once had a conversation with Ben about how we do fiddly things because he gave me a kit to build, and I really enjoyed it. Ben didn't because he doesn't like using tweezers and fiddly things.
No, I'm back now. Stuck in my teeth.
I was just explaining that you don't like tweezers.
I don't. I'm terrible with them. Look, look. It's supposed to make it more accurate, and every time I put it down, it come up again. Brilliant.
I can hear your brain working.
I bought a pack of tweezers as well. Can't use any
Did
of
you?
them. It's even the same when I try and put the blooming the figures down or put figures in the back of a locomotive. You get it in, that bit's fine, but it's
You've got to be
it's
patient.
withdrawing,
You've just got to be
successfully
patient.
withdrawing. There's a problem.
This is neither fun or relaxing to watch. I'm not going to lie.
No, I know.
What's this? So you're going for a
that's
sprinkle?
static grass.
Okay.
So we're doing some static grass there.
Is there actual bit of flocking going on
Yeah,
there?
so
Nice.
it's not. It's basically it's a dashboard flocker applied using to apply static grass because the principle is the same. And I'm backing up the loose strands there with the old tights over the Hoover method.
Don't want to lose a third dog, do we?
No, and also it helps just lift some of the grass strands up, pointing the right way as well. So, do you wait for it to dry or do you do it when it's wet? I do it when it's wet.
Do you?
Purely because it just lifts the strands up. You don't perhaps get as heavy a coverage, but
I'd be scared it'd just.
no, it doesn't.
Up,
It doesn't.
no?
Doesn't.
Okay. That's, to be fair, that's come out all right.
Yeah, and that's still wet. I mean, what I should have done is popped
Oh,
out
here we
there this
go.
morning and filmed
Tweezers.
it. No, look. Bits of detritus.
Oh, nice.
A couple of bits of corrugated fence.
Bit of broken fence, sweet.
You're going to love the bit in a minute because I know you do love this. There we go, traffic cone.
Is that the one that I did for you?
One of them, yeah.
There's a funny story behind them, isn't there?
What, you spent all that time painting the 3D printed models only to find that you could buy a painted one for cheaper.
I was so chuffing myself.
That's the thing with this, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was looking around last night. What can I put here? And next to me there was a tanker thing that I had from time ago, and I think I dropped it or something. It was all broken, so I fetched off a couple of bits of the old fence railing there and stuck them down.
Cool. I was talking to tankers. You know, I did the little tanker.
Yeah. So this is just a little look at it.
Nice. I found another one.
You found another tank.
Yeah. If we do, we think we need it.
Well, somewhere else will need it definitely. I think that's.
That looks cool. I like it.
I'm pleased with that, and I've got a good idea of what I want to put the other side of the fence because I think if it was a scrapyard, that'd be a bit of spare space. So you're going to get stuff just stored there, aren't you?
Good. Yeah, definitely.
Passage time. This is it, Bob. This is your moment.
So that's the original ripped up one I did, wasn't it?
Exactly.
That was time ago. That was.
This is your moment. Bobby's going to tell us how he does his tarpaulins.
Drum roll, please. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we I can't remember. Was it you that initially gave me the idea with the
It
the
was.
wrapper?
Yeah, I read it in the magazine.
Right. Okay. Does it flick to my bit now? Does it? Or...
You know, win it, yeah.
All right,
This is a little build-up, seeing your final thing.
Right, here you go. Can you guess what it is yet?
Got a lovely old Tamex caramel wafer.
So we get a Caramex wrapper.
What?
Caramel. And because it's foiled back, you can manipulate it. Very simple. That one there isn't actually primer. I used that as a stand for something I primed. It's a very light, like surf greeny blue colour.
Okay.
And that's the main colour. You can just see it on the nib there. That's what I'm.
That is the right. You get a good colour on your tarps.
It's a mixture of three things. So it's this.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do this left-handed because I'm holding the camera in my right-handed.
So this isn't Bev then?
No, I didn't.
Well, speaking of Bev, have I got a treat for you in a bit?
Anyway, so you give it so that's your colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are really easy to do.
You like working with aerosols, don't you?
I do. I like aerosols. Yeah, I find them quite nice to use, but it takes a little bit of practice.
Yeah, I'm a bit heavy-fingered.
So this one is matte
lacquer,
dark green. his mate.
Matte dark green.
So this one I hold.
Same ring.
No, I hold a little bit
You're
further
struggling
away.
shaking that with your left hand.
Well,
Look at that.
Yeah,
It's true what they say. Isn't it?
So you hold it, and it literally you're just puffing it to give it some shade.
Yeah. Could this be done with an airbrush or?
Yeah, of course you could even do it with paint or
Right.
washes. You know, this is just a real quick. I mean, literally it takes a couple of minutes to do, and then you've got to let it dry. Obviously.
Yeah.
Now I've got black. You could use a little bit grey or brown, and this literally is just the essence of dirt.
Right. There's that shaking again.
It's
Look
good,
at
yeah.
that.
The old ball bearing was going mad in there.
People obviously seeing your little spray booth there. Where can they buy one of those? It looks really nice.
That is a Roysters.
Beef? Is it beef?
Yeah, T-bone steak crisp, but large packet.
Would a cheese and onion work or not?
This just happened to have a little hatch,
Yeah.
so you get like a box.
So specifically beef Roysters or other crisps? Or...
No, you could use any crisp box,
Okay.
to be fair. But Roysters one is quite nice in the way it's designed.
Okay.
Anyway, and I've puffed the original colour back on the top.
Yeah. Is that...
And that just gives you a worn look.
Yeah.
So you've got to let that dry for about 10 minutes, I suppose.
Okay.
Doesn't take long. They're
Yeah.
acrylic paint, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's that. And at this point, it took me a while to remember what I did to make it work properly. So this is a Western, isn't it? And I've been doing, like we're going to have that on the layout. So I was putting it on there, make sure roughly where it was, and I was thinking, it still looks a bit fresh.
Right. See,
So,
when I've tried this, because I have plenty of these wrappers in top, I find that the paint flakes off.
well, this, if anything, because I've only left it 10 minutes, it's still,
Soft.
yeah.
I love you trying to unpick it with your left
I'm left-handed, doing it left-handed.
Styling it out though.
And I'm looking through the phone going, why is my hand not working? Anyway, the reason I do that will be... Anyway, there you go.
The production values are just stepping up with every
now
episode.
it looks like it's been on there a while. And you can fold the edges over if you want to.
Yeah.
So that's that bit. Right, this stuff here is like elasticated...
Yeah.
But it
Cotton.
looks like mini rope.
It does.
Brilliant.
Where'd you get that from?
I found it.
Okay. Helpful.
Yeah, but
So
you
next
can
time
get
any of our viewers are at your house, if they look around, they'll find it.
You know, at the end of the aisles at Sainsbury's where you get the boot polish, I'm sure you can get some.
Okay.
Anyway, you literally tie it off like a bit of meat.
Didn't film that with your
Mate.
left hand.
No. So you fold it up, tie it around.
Yeah.
But obviously the rope looks a bit fresh.
Yeah.
So, as you'll see in a second, see all the other bits I've got going on in the
You've
background
got another
for you?
hut there. I
found that last night when I was looking for bits. Left-handed unscrew.
That's some skills there.
Bit of Valio.
I do. The more I'm getting into playing around with things, I think the Valio stuff's really good.
It's really good. And it's fairly priced as well.
Yeah.
So this is where it all went wrong.
Okay.
So
I love that mixing pot.
there's
I do and I don't.
yin-yang.
'Cause
See how
it's
my
well,
yin-yang's going in
well
there?
mucky.
Yeah, that is life, mate.
Okay.
It's a representation of my
I
work.
always wipe mine out.
Well, I don't.
Okay, fair enough.
So acrylic thinners,
Yeah.
and I couldn't undo it. It's got child. I can't do it at the best of times because it's got a child-safe lock. There you go, passenger time. Anyway,
It's fine. No one noticed.
no good.
God, what?
Little dribble.
You turn this
but
into a wash.
It's then gone into
Yeah.
So basically, you want it really thin.
You could use water though, could you not? Be an acrylic or
Yeah, but I mean, getting up and going back to the
Okay.
kitchen.
just yeah.
So now this is some left-handed painting
Oh
for
my
you.
goodness.
So it's still quite black.
Yeah.
So I wanted to try and little dabble do, yeah.
Whoa, yeah. What's happening here?
So I'm trying to look through the phone and paint left-handed, and I'm just
You've
trying.
got a very delicate touch.
And it wasn't. It's not my favourite brush either. Anyway, so
Look at that.
I'm trying to paint the. Trying to paint. Anyway, I gave up on that.
Yeah. This
There you
is
go, swapped hands.
I don't understand why you weren't doing that in the
I
first
don't
place.
know because I was trying to do it quickly.
Here we go, 15 minutes in, and he's realised he can hold the phone with his left hand and actually use his right hand to do the.
Yeah. But you know what it's like.
What a professional operation we're running here. do you know?
what you can't hear, I've got Wheeler Dealers or something on in the
Yeah.
background as well, which was distracting me. Anyway, so literally it's just a wash. You get it in all the crevices and it just looks like it's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't want it to look old, then don't do this stage of it.
No.
But you don't have to be precious with it. Bish, bosh, bash, job done. And
I
that's
do
how you
like
look
the colour. I do like your colour.
Well, it's kind of got that faded new tarp look, if that
Well,
makes
there
sense.
is, yeah. When you
Go
go
on,
to
you're about to
Heritage,
say something.
no, when you go to Heritage Lines and that, they've got a real dark green tarp.
They
that
do,
a lot
don't
of them
they?
use.
Yeah.
That eludes us. Also, with tarps, there's a few methods. I've seen people use tissue paper.
Yeah.
But that's, and also cotton, like a specific type of cotton.
Right, okay.
So these are things maybe we can try in the future.
Definitely.
But we've got
Think
plenty.
using
We've got
that-
plenty of Tunnocks wafers wrappers because we went
Exactly.
through a little stage of bulk buying them.
Need them for the railway, got to buy them.
Yeah.
All passenger time.
This,
What is going... Are you having a walkthrough?
yes. What about this for a new camera angle?
Oh, brilliant.
If I could only work out how to get... Now the problem with this, Bob, you say about looking in the
I'm loving this.
looking at the phone whilst filming. By the time I got to the end of the walkthrough, I felt like travel sick because you're looking.
I'll tell you what, though.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It looks all right.
Yeah, I just need to refine my technique. This was literally in a hurry last night. I thought it could be Dog of Leonard view.
Dogger Leonard, which is Dogger Bob 2. There
Food
he
and the Rich,
is.
have a little
Hello.
chat.
Awesome.
I think it's quite cool, isn't it?
I like it. It kind of... Those little huts come out nice. And
This
neat,
looks
don't
more
they?
like the human eye perspective as
It
well
does,
than
doesn't it?
trying to do it with a camera.
And how did you film this? With
Wow, now, secret.
what? I know what you've used.
Yes, you do.
No wonder you bought it.
If any viewers want... It wasn't actually that expensive either, so... If anyone wants to know what it is, comment below and we might tell you if you...
Yeah, see if you can guess.
Anyway, you can see here, look, how actually that smooth bit's actually turned out all right.
Yeah.
The colour's actually
good.
not too bad.
I feel like we shouldn't be here as well, like because you're not allowed
Yeah,
in these places. It's great.
But actually, all that's turned out all right, I think. I'm pleased with that.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
It's quite quirky, this camera, isn't it? Because
Yeah, I
actually
like
it's the
it.
right height. And there's the fence.
Wow, this is brilliant.
But I'm going to try some more of this at the weekend, see if I can get it a bit smoother. Or at least try and edit it so it's smoother. But yeah, that's a new camera
This
angle.
flooring looks really good.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it. There's them again. I love... Because this feels like you're there with them, doesn't it?
does.
I'm getting really excited about 3 plastic little
It's
model
quite a big
figures
dog,
and a dog.
actually, isn't it? When
Yeah.
you look at it in their view.
Be scared of it.
Wow,
There we go.
that is it.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
it, mate. Yeah.
Cool.
We were getting carried away there with the thing, so you better do your little round
Right,
up.
there you go. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Always a pleasure to show these videos to you. You can catch up with us on Red Knob End Junction, RKE Junction, or Bluffers to Buffers on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Love your comments, so keep them coming in because it does keep us going as well. Like and subscribe, and yeah, that's it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the other side.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. I want another mint.
That's gone well for you so far, hasn't it?